The chair recognizes the honourable member for Kalani.
I give notice that at the next sitting, I pose to...
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Kalani.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy. I give notice that at the next sitting, I propose to put forth the following, to ask the following questions. Mr. Deputy, I ask the opposition to, the government rather, listen very carefully to my questions, and I ask the Bahamian people to likewise listen carefully, because each question lead up to an ultimate decision. Question number one. Would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm to the Honourable House that Mr. Frank Racine was first granted a work permit on the 24th of February 2011, and that prior to that date, he had no lawful status in the Bahamas? Question number two. Would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that Mr. Frank Racine applied for permanent residency in 2021? Question number three. Would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm to this Honourable House that Mr. Frank Racine's application for permanent residency was never approved? Question number four. If the answer to question three is no, would the Honourable Minister of Immigration provide this Honourable House with the date that Mr. Racine was granted Bahamian permanent residency and table the evidence in this Honourable House? Question five. Would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that Mr. Frank Racine was granted Bahamian citizenship on the 6th of September 2022? Number six. Would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that Mr. Frank Racine never filled in an application to apply for Bahamian citizenship? Number seven. If the question to six is no, would the Honourable Minister of Immigration provide this Honourable House with the date that Mr. Racine applied for Bahamian citizenship and table the evidence in the Honourable House? Eight, would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honourable House that a deceased man who is a naturalized Bahamian citizen cannot pass Bahamian citizenship on to his wife or children after his death? Number nine. If this is so, that is the answer to question 8, would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm to this Honourable House that he deliberately misled the Bahamian people when he commented to the press on the 27th of June 2023 that Mr. Racine's wife and children were entitled to Bahamian citizenship as a result of the fact that he was a Bahamian citizen before his death? Number 10, would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm to this Honourable House that he personally administered the oath of citizenship to Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine at the funeral service for her late husband, Frank Racine, on the 24th of June 2023? Question 11. Would the Honourable Minister of Immigration confirm to this Honourable House that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Frank Racine, applied for a permanent residence for permanent residence in the Bahamas on the 22nd of December 2018. Question 12, if the answer to question 11 is no, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration provide this Honorable House with the date that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Frank Racine, applied for a permanent residency in the Bahamas, and table the evidence in this Honorable House? Question 13. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Frank Racine, applied for Bahamian permanent residency in 2019? And 14, if the answer to question 13 is no, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration provide this Honorable House with the date that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Frank Racine, applied for Bahamian permanent residency, and table the evidence in this Honorable House? And 15, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Frank Racine, application for permanent residency was never approved? And 16, if the answer to question 15 is no, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration provide this Honorable House with the date that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Mr. Racine, was granted Bahamian permanent residency, and table the evidence in this Honorable House? Now, Mr. Deputy, I want all to listen to the questions as I advance, which are very, very pertinent. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm to this Honorable House that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of late Frank Racine, applied for a Bahamian spousal permit and was refused in February 2023? 18, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Mr. Frank Racine, never filled in an application to apply for Bahamian citizenship prior to the date of her late husband? And 19, if the answer to question 18 is no, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration provide this Honorable House with the date that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Mr. Racine, applied for Bahamian citizenship, and table the evidence in this Honorable House? And 20, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that he personally administered the oath of citizenship to confer Bahamian citizenship on Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Mr. Racine, at the funeral service for Mr. Frank Racine on the 24th, listen carefully, on the 24th of June, 2023? Question 21, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that Mrs. St. Helene Joseph Racine, the widow of the late Mr. Racine, took the oath of allegiance as prescribed in the Bahamas Nationality Act at the funeral service for Mr. Frank Racine on the 24th of June, 2023? Question 22. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration, who is an attorney, confirm for this Honorable House that Section 9 of the Bahamas Nationality Act provides that upon taking the oath of allegiance, a person becomes a citizen of the Bahamas by naturalization? Question 23. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm to this Honorable House that Mr. Frank Racine died on the 29th of May, 2023. Allow me to repeat so that all may hear this question clearly. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that Mr. Frank Racine died on the 29th of May, 2023? Question 24. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that he attended the funeral service for Mr. Frank Racine on the 24th of June, 2023? And 25, question 25, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that he was physically present in this Honorable House for the presentation of the budget debate on the 31st of May, 2023? I want to repeat that because a register is kept in Parliament to confirm or deny whether an individual is present. I want to repeat. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that he was physically present in the Honorable House, this Honorable House, for the presentation of the budget debate on the 21st of May, 2023? Now, you must remember that Mr. Racine died on the 29th of May. Keep those words, keep those numbers in your head. Number 26, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that he left the Bahamas for Switzerland during the first week of June 2023? So he left the Bahamas for ILO conference. He said it himself, documented and spoken, recorded in Cable 12. So would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for this Honorable House that he left the Bahamas for Switzerland during the first week of June 2023? And question 27, would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm for the Honorable House that this was the only trip that he made to Switzerland between the 29th of May and the 24th of June? That is important. The ILO meeting was the 5th to the 16th of June. The member, documented in the news media, attended such meeting. The members present in Parliament was on the 31st, and others as documented by the Parliamentary Register. The Parliamentary Register shows exactly when the member would have been away. It's all documented. Question 28. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration confirm the Honorable House that he told the Bahamian media, listen carefully, that he told the Bahamian media, subsequently the entire Bahamas, inclusive of Parliament, that Frank Racine, and I quote, words of the minister, he would have called me while he was in hospital. I was in Switzerland at that time. The records are here. When I returned, he was being buried within the week of that Saturday. The records are here. Question 29. It is evident that there's a complete disconnect, and we don't use the word lie, but dishonesty. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration kindly inform this Honorable House of the date in June 2023 and the time that he received a call from Mr. Racine, who had been dead since May 29th during this trip to Switzerland in June of this year? What that would mean, the records reflect he was here on the 31st. The man died on the 29th. He received a call. So for this to happen, the member would have had to be in Switzerland, run back here on the 31st, then mark present, and fly back out the following day. Now, the records are clear. The records are clear. So let me repeat this question. Would the Honorable Minister of Immigration kindly inform this Honorable House of the date in June 2023 and the time that he received a call from Mr. Racine? Obviously, Racine was dead, so he can receive a call from a dead man. Racine was dead, who had been dead since May 29 during his trip to Switzerland in June of this year. My final questions, it is quite evident that I don't ask questions unless I too have the answers. Would the Honorable Prime Minister appreciate the significance of the breaches committed by this Minister of Immigration and their far-reaching implications? Take the honorable course of action to protect our constitutional democracy by terminating the Honorable Minister of Immigration from the Cabinet. Final question, would the Honorable Prime Minister appreciate the significance of the breaches committed by his Minister of Immigration and their far-reaching implications? Take the honorable course of action to protect our constitutional democracy by appointing a committee of 3 eminent, respected, and nonpartisan behemoths to investigate the actions of Minister Bell during his tenure at Immigration and to make recommendations to the government. Mr. Speaker, I only want to say that I still await the answers to several questions. That is, how many convicts have been issued firearms? I've received no answer. The types of firearms, how many convicts have been previously convicted of crimes involving dangerous drugs and firearms, and how many of these convicts spent time in prison. Mr. Speaker, I will sign all these, but the records would obviously, Cabinet has to deal with this matter. And I can show you a copy. The minister was here. The records will reflect. Yes. What's today's date? Today's date?
The 24.
Today's date. I am so excited. I am happy I'm getting over this flu.
Order that the documents be brought up.
Not my bank, I tell you that much. Lying on the dead. Hard when you lie on the dead, you know.